Welcome to the Hunting and Homestead Butcher. I'm John. This is
I'm
John.
And I'm Ioana.
And this is Ioana. And we're out hunting today in the Wicklow Mountains for Sika deer. John Harrington is doing the shooting. I'm here to give him a hand with the butchering end of things. And
Ioana's doing the grollicking.
Ioana's going to drag.
I'm the strongest anyway.
see that second one go down?
Didn't see any of them go down, John. What do you think you want to?
I don't know. There's no water in this, I think we should use it. Where did he say he shot the second
You saying John could miss a deer?
Yes.
Has it happened before?
I'm not saying.
He'll start getting grumpy now in a minute, watch. Well done, Johnny.
Here, Johnny.
What have you got there?
Nice Sika hind. You gloves in, you know.
I have, yeah. Do you want me to grow like a few?
Well, do you want to give me a tutorial in groliking?
No problem.
Or do you want me to do it and then tell me what I'm doing wrong? Just you were fucking petting now. We're in the
Yeah.
petting zoo.
Got to let the wife inspect it.
Whose way?
You didn't bring somebody else's wife again, did you? Pass examination, you wanna?
Yeah, she's so nice.
She's so nice. Nice her on a plate. Arr! Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
It's dead, you wanna?
I don't see it. The eyelashes. Okay. I'll keep the lever.
You want to keep the liver? What's the plan for the liver?
Rocky.
Huh?
Rocky's gonna eat it.
Her dog.
Thought you were going to make patty or something.
I was going to, but it's just out of one. Not much.
That should be nice.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You can get another one.
Should get one on the way down. I'm fucking surprised that other one up there though. Where the fuck?
Right, Johnny boy, this is my knife.
Yeah, I have one of them as well.
Did you one of these ones?
Great little fucking jobs.
Very good, yeah, exact same. Right, so now Grolican, do you want to go up this side first?
Yeah.
Or stand to the side of there? And zoom out a bit if you need to. I always throw the animal over and have its head on my left. That's your harness for later. And then what I do is I feel for the
Yeah.
bottom of the rib cage here and take a small pinch of hair and just cut off a little patch like that. Then I just make a little nick and I get down to, there's a bit of cartilage here at the bottom of the rib cage. And I get down to that there, just make a small nick there. And you get this little blade here, I want the blunt tip. So this isn't going to puncture the intestines or the stomach. Now just hook it in there like that. And that's it. Zip straight down. And that's all the knife work done. And just give her a little flip up. Get her up to the hump there. And start pulling things out. So I roll back the skin here, grip it there. I put my hand in and just grab the stomach, give it a little pull. Then I reach in and I pull out the spleen. That's the spleen there. I get in front of the stomach and I start breaking any of the connections around the stomach without actually pulling too hard. And scooping it all out because I want to get this out as clean as possible without breaking and contaminating the inside of the carcass. So if you look in there now, John, that's the esophagus there, right? There's a few little ligaments and ligatures holding that in there, so I'm just breaking around them. And then what I do is I punch up into the stomach. So I've now lengthened that pipe, and I'm going to pull everything that's in it back between my two fingers like this. I come to the top here and I just keep pulling through, and it pops out. I go in here then, in under the intestines, and the liver is in here. I put my finger in between the intestines and the liver. There's just a little hole in there. I just wrap my hand around, just give it a pull, and it all just pops out like that. Working my way down along here. This is a womb, this is a pregnant hind. Just pull that out. You know what I do? Because we're going to dress this afterwards, after we get it off the hill, I get it as clean as I can. So I pull this back like this, and I break it off. So there's nothing going to come out on the inside of the animal and contaminate it. And there she is, a nice clean animal. Job done, Johnny. So it's just a piece of rope that I made up, put a couple of loops in it. I can drag 2 or 3 animals with this harness. What I do is put the head in here, loop it around, and put it through that loop there. There's a knot here, and when pressure comes on, it jams it. So there's no need for carabiners or anything like that. Very nearly decapitated this, John.
That was the idea, John.
So put it around the neck. Generally drag an animal by the head, because the hair and everything is going back that way. The legs will all fold back, and it doesn't get caught in things as much. You see, some people drag them by the back end, and it just makes it a bit more difficult. John, you're supposed to shoot him uphill, not downhill.
You're going downhill, John.
Lesson number 1. Right, we're going back up to this track, I presume.
Yeah. Come on, Johnny, I knew you'd come useful someday.
Glad you missed the second one. The less opens you make in the animal when you're dragging it out, the better.
I never bother when it goes straight up. As high as I can. Pull it down.
Right, John, we have the deer back at the vehicle now, and we can finish grollicking it out down here. So we did the minimum amount that we needed to do to get the animal up to here, so we're not going to get stuff, bits and pieces into the animal. Let's try and preserve our meat as best we can. So what we're going to do now Take out the anus. Joanna, can you hold that tail up for me? So what I do is, the pelvic bone is there, so I put the knife in and I cut up. And I follow the pelvic bone down to there. The same on the bottom here. Put the knife in, follow the pelvic bone, and cut down to the V of it there. Put my finger in here, and I pull that out like that. And now I'm going to cut here along the tail. So I'm following the pelvic bone all the time. Now this should come out nice and clean.
That's what you call ripping the arse out of it, Johnny.
And that's it, John. Lovely. So now we're going to go around to the front end. I can leave the sheep with John's sheep. And what I generally do is I just run the knife in here and then back along the neck. Open that up. Get in behind, this is the trachea. At the back of the trachea is the esophagus, which is going to have green offal in it. So go right up to the top of the jaw here and make it off there. And I just seam it back along. You can just pull it. So this is the esophagus here. So you don't want to go cut through that. And I come back in here then and just cut either side of it to release it there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from the other side through the diaphragm in the cavity here. See, I'm wearing a sleeve protector because my wife doesn't have to wash my coat every time I go hunting. So I've opened that up like that. Now all I do is reach in and I grab the heart. There's a few little bit of ligaments and things holding the heart in place, so I just break them and I just pull the whole lot out like that. See that? And now what I do is I cut around the rest of the diaphragm and I take the liver and the whole lot out in one piece like that. And there's that liver you wanted. I'm going to give you the heart as well.
Do you?
You can make patty with that as well. Right. Reach into my pocket there, there's another sleeve protector there. And put that, yeah, put your liver into that. Seems John didn't bring it back. Just deer shit there. No, there's no bottle in that.
No.
And just pop the heart out of the casing here. I split the heart open, get the blood out of it. Nice clean out. Right, that's your patty. So that's for you.
Nom nom.
You want that for the dog?
No.
Are you sure?
I think it's very.
We can pull out the kidneys if you want to. Here, you might as well have them for your bag as well. I think we pulled the other one out already, did we? Yeah, we did. So, it's nice and clean. What I'll do is I'll just lean it over the side here now and drain the blood out of it. And that's it. You'll notice I haven't split the brisket open. There's plenty of air getting in around the hamel, and we'll get back to the larder and we'll hang it up and it'll be fine. How much you go like it, John?
Want to do it again?
Yeah, I'll do it again. So, there's the head on my left hand side. I have a small patch of hair. Try to get down through the hair as well, so you're not cutting the hair itself. Just take a little patch of skin. Just nick down to through the belly membrane and put a knife in. So I'm not making a big incision, only a short little incision like that, just enough to get the stomach and intestines out. Because the smaller the hole I make, the less it's going to get in there. So again, wrap my hand in here like this. Just put my hand behind the stomach and pull it out a little bit. Then I go in and grab the spleen. And by grabbing the spleen and pulling it out, I'm just releasing the stomach that bit more. And behind it like this. And go to the front of it and scoop out what's in there. And get around the esophagus. And start breaking the ligatures holding the esophagus. And by punching in, I release them again. So you can see there's the esophagus at the top of the stomach. I'm just going to reach in and pull any contents of that esophagus down to empty it out as far in as I can go. And when I get to the end in, I just keep pulling through. That's the stomach out. Then to get the intestines out, I just put my hand underneath them. There's a hole between the intestines and the liver that I can get a grip with my finger. And just gently pull, and it all comes out. And then I just so I pull the feces back along the tube here, working my way back, and then I can break the tube back here so there's nothing going to leak into the cavity. So the animal is ready to be transported back to the jeep. Right, so Iwan is going to drag this animal back just to see how efficient the harness is. Very small nick on this animal. Walk on.
Come on.
I'm dragging across me. Right, well, you can help me again here. Hold that tail up for me. So, as before, feel for the pelvic bone, put the knife in, stay on the pelvic bone at all times. Get at the bottom, cut down into the V, down towards the vagina. Put my finger in around, and back out through here. Slice along the tail. Use the spine to guide the knife there. Hold it going there. That's all out. This nice and clean. Go on to the front here. So we're going to pierce in here like this. And open up the neck. Take it from just underneath the jaw. And then pull it all the way back down. That's the esophagus there, that little tube there. That's the trachea. I'll get down to here. Cutting around the tube, using the collarbone as the guide for the knife. Right, now I'm going to go in, so I'm going to split the diaphragm there, reach in and grab the heart. A few ligatures I have to break, and it all comes out. And then I just cut the that's the animal cleaned. Tell us a bit more about your equipment there, John. What rifle is that?
It's a Blaser R8 professional success, which means it's the thumb hole stock version. Now, it's a left-handed version. I shoot left-handed, but when I picked this gun up the first time, I just fell in love with it, and I'm in love with it since. It's a switch barrel rifle, so you can have it in many different calibers. It's just 2 screws, bolt or rifle pops off, or the barrel pops off, another rifle or barrel on. The engineering in these is unbelievable. The scope, that scope can come off. I can put that scope back on, and it holds its zero precisely. I've tested it over and over again because I didn't believe it at first. That is zeroed still, bang on.
What have you got in the end of it, John? What's the moderator?
It's a Houskin moderator. John Lambert and JL Guns does these. They're an excellent moderator. The difference in that gun, when you take that off, it'll take the shoulder off. It's a 270 round I use in it. When you put that on, it's comparable to a 2.2 nearly.
Yeah, it's the same moderator I have on my farm.
They're excellent moderators. The rounds I'm using are Hornady SSTs 270 130 grain. Excellent bullets on close-up animals. Neck shots, they'll take the neck completely out, the animal will drop on the spot.
I've seen it there with those animals. they're
Longer distance, big stags, stuff like that, shoulder shots or heart and lung shots, the animal ain't going far. It's running 10-20 yards on adrenaline and that's it. Those bullets do the job.
They're extreme damage, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a nice pair of binoculars there, John.
Yes, Swarovskis. I had a pair of Swarovski ELs, and I also had a rangefinder too. Carrying the two together, I always used to leave the rangefinder at home. If you're judging distances at short distances, it's not going to be necessary to have a rangefinder. But if you're going to be taking longer shots, you want to be able to, judge what distance. So you've got your drop or your elevation.
Yeah, it can be hard to judge distance sometimes over dips and ground.
The rangefinder built in, just one press of it, and they'll range. We just ranged there 1,100 yards, and they'll range out to 1,600 yards.
Very good.
Excellent bit of kit, but you get what you pay for. They're not cheap, but you get what you pay for. The other ELs, I had them over 10 years and they were perfect when I traded them in for these guys.
Great.
They're a good kit. So that's what I use when I'm out hunting. I have another barrel ordered for this in a 22-250 for a few foxes and roe deer in Scotland this year. So hopefully I'll have a collection of barrels by the time I'm old and grey.
Thanks for having me with you today, John.
No bother, John, and
pleasure.
thanks for the little bit of expert tutorial in grollicking, etc. We're going back to do a bit of butchering now. Skilling and butchering.
You want to make burgers, don't you? We'll make some burgers with the stuff I boned out last night, and we'll hang up these ends and cool.
Yum. Yes.
Okay. Thanks.